Good evening again from Paris, this time from Place de la Concorde, the former beheading capital of the world, is the place where during the French Revolution King Louis XVI lost his head. Anyway, across the English Channel today, heads rolled. British Prime Minister David Cameron did not lose his head, but he did forfeit his position. The Brexit results came in early in the morning and surprise, surprise, vote leave won by a 52-48 margin. The UK voted to leave the European Union. The vote is not binding. The UK Parliament still needs to approve it and exercise the EU's Article 50 and trigger negotiations to get out of the Union. But the voters have spoken, and the will of the voters says get out. And once the results came in, it was only a matter of hours before Cameron stepped outside 10 Downing Street and announced he will be resigning. He will be resigning in October. Dominoes continued to fall throughout the day. Next up in Scotland, preparations are already underway to have another Scottish independence referendum. There was one in 2014 and the independence vote narrowly went down, but yesterday the Scots voted overwhelmingly to stay in the European Union, and because of that, if and when the UK leaves the EU, the UK may not be leaving whole. Scotland may be out. There are other scenarios that could play out, but preparations are already underway for another Scottish independence referendum. Up to Northern Ireland. Like Scotland, the Northern Ireland vote was in favor of staying in the EU, and now there are a lot of questions about what's going to happen with Northern Ireland. There are some calls for a reunification vote, that is reunification with Ireland, but most of all, people are wondering what is going to happen with the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. Ireland is an EU state and it will be remaining an EU state. I'll briefly give you my take on the EU referendum. I believe that the EU is no longer the freedom of movement, free trade zone that it was sold as. The EU has become a super state with a central government in Brussels and an ever-growing bureaucracy, and I believe that many voters in the UK have come to that understanding as well. But immigration was definitely a core issue in Brexit, and I do believe it was on the mind of many voters. For better or for worse, immigration and EU policies on immigration have heavily contributed to driving the UK away from the EU and probably out of the European Union. I'm going to call it a wrap from Paris. Au revoir.